Good afternoon, good afternoon, and good afternoon. This is Aaron, otherwise known as the Alexander Supertramp. I would like to all introduce you to a wonderful expose of rainbows and waterfalls and ice capades and all that good stuff like cotton candy. I'm not going to be online too long today because I'm basically pretty much evaporated at this point, but I just wanted to check in and say that to all the people that are listening, and like I said, if there's three of us, that would be really cool, like me and my cat and maybe you if you're listening. But no, in all seriousness, today a young man on acid realized that all matter is merely energy condensed to a slow vibration, that we are one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. And that's what I got from Bill Hicks from 7 years ago. Today is kind of a weird day, but I'll be back on here in a little while. I just want to say that peace to Allah, Christ, Krishna, Moses, Jacob, Paul McCartney, Train Anastasio. Peace and love and spread love. That's the only thing that there really is. The rest is Maya, or what is otherwise known from Maya as an imposter. So the only real thing that ever was and ever will be is love. And according to that new, theory that they're postulating right now, that the universe never began and it never will end, it just makes me really grateful that I'm alive in this moment in time. If you really think about it and get down to the nitty-gritty, the fact that I'm able to do this on a phone that I got for $179 means that millions, thousands, if not hundreds of thousands or more, workers in China had to work for 30 cents an hour with no bathroom breaks. So I figured I owe it to them that I at least step outside and be like, hey, let me do a little bit of a podcast here, HopeIsUnlimited.com. It's a website. If you were to read and watch everything that was on that site, it would take you 7 to 10 days without sleeping. It's a really good site. It's very professional, and it's an amazing resource for people with BPD and bipolar and anxiety and depression and the smorgasbord of clinical diagnoses that can come out through behavior.
I have something to add. This is just a quote I just came up with that I want to share for today about my mood that I wrote for myself. Is being peaceful with myself and protest.
Wow, that was one of the heaviest things I've heard in the last, a long time. Being peaceful with myself and protest. What that means to me is that in spite of my deep down ingrained unwillingness to change that I am, but I'm aware that I'm changing and I'm not necessarily happy with it, but it's happening. And that would be something that if I didn't listen to this on the playback, I would have no idea what I just said. That's what happens when you ad-lib and just fuck around with different things, different concepts. Since I started talking at the beginning of this broadcast, there have been probably about 6 people that have murdered themselves in the United States. These people die unnecessarily. They fall through the cracks. It's not something that is that I look on with any positivity as far as the United States and their lack of ability to take care of the people that need help in San Diego. Yeah, the mayor just yesterday or the day before okayed and signed off on a $260 million San Diego Chargers stadium downtown. And not only are they going to not rip out half the homeless people's shelters downtown, but they're also going to raise tax revenue. They're going to raise revenue. It's going to bring in money to the local government. If they took 1/10 of 1% of the revenue that they get, and they took that, they could spend, the city could feed, clothe, and shelter everyone in San Diego. But God forbid that 1/10 to 1% not go to By all means, I'm a capitalist. Like, dude, it's surprising we can communicate with each other at all. You know, the fact that people do something for a sort of selfish benefit, you know, people get into companies, you know, into business, and they're like, okay, how does a psychiatrist know what to charge? How much do they charge? One other thing, folks, if you have a Medi-Cal doctor, some of the best doctors in the world are Medi-Cal doctors. They do this because not only are they're not just clinicians that are amazing, like you know, people, but they're also like they're interested in helping people and not necessarily charging, ripping people off or charging too much money. So they're out there, and I can't believe I just recognized that I'm out of my tobacco, and then everything in the whole world fell apart. Like, boom, came crashing down. So yeah, they're out there. Things that if you are first going to the psychiatrist, I might ask is to just make friends with them. It doesn't have to be like this, like, you know, super, you know, it doesn't have to be like science. I mean, they're going to basically determine from what you tell them, you know, they're going to be looking to put you, and what they have memorized is they have what's called an axis, and they have these different categories, and those categories aren't like a label for the rest of your life. They're not a death sentence. When they talk about what a specific condition is, it's not that it's a certain action, like I always rub my head against the wall so I have bipolar. It's nothing like that. What they're trying to do is they're trying to take a look at a collection of different symptoms that occur and find out X amount out of 10 occur, and if it's the majority, maybe it's the majority. But forget the label, forget society, forget any of that. It's basically so that they know how to treat you medicinally, like with which meds might work best for you. Also, if you have Medicare, you can also, or Medi-Cal, you can also ask for a prescription to have your genetics checked out. Medi-Cal will pay for that, and what that will do is allow you to find out, okay, here's what meds have a 50% chance of working or not. So instead of just throwing a bunch of shit against the wall and thinking that, hoping for some to stick, this way you could have meds that you know not to try based on your genetic profile, based on the fact that it didn't help in regards to that. So I think the theme of the day is that there is no theme of the day. Is that possible? I don't know. But seriously, if you're in Wisconsin and you have cancer or any of these other medical conditions, my heart goes out to you. I will close by saying that Scott Walker, the governor of the state of Wisconsin, has no compassion and no heart, and is consistently used medical cannabis patients as a pawn in his chess game. He knows better. He knows the science. Anybody who, you could have a 4-year-old go on Wikipedia and look at the science. It's not as if his staff is, you know, ignorant to that effect. But I do know that every time I've called there to talk about my mom in Milwaukee, who has stage 4 terminal small cell lung cancer, was given 2 months to live and now is alive 2.5 years later. With cannabis, and I've expressed in my petition that has had over 1,100 people sign it and deliver a copy each time someone signs it in the form of an email to the governor and to all the state legislatures in Wisconsin. They know it's wrong. The main contributors to the governor of Wisconsin's campaign is the alcohol, pharmaceutical, and cigarette, tobacco, you know, lobbying industry. This is how bad Wisconsin is, and I'll close with this, okay? Send some emails to the governor of Wisconsin. There was a bill that was proposed that passed the House floor of the state assembly, and which went all the way to his desk. And he vetoed it. And you want to know what it said and what it did? It gave legal protection to little kids that had autism, and more importantly, as far as the outcome goes, it gave legal protection to people, human beings who had epilepsy, that hash oil could help them survive and live a decent quality of life. The governor and several of the other Republican people said, well, that was just, that was a hoax, or that was a placebo effect or whatever. So they turned down the law, and about 2 months later, the little girl who the law was named after her, she passed. And they have a website and a great resource called Emily, and it's Is My Medicine Legal Yet? And so yeah, there's some other factors going on there, but when I'm in there in November, I will be going to the mayor's office and having a peaceful demonstration there. HopeIsUnlimited.com, CannabisCaregiver@yahoo.com. My name's Aaron Klein, and I'm not afraid to put myself out there. I really don't give a fuck at this point. All right, I love you. Bye. Hare Krishna. He is.
I look at it from a scientific point of view.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But a scientist can never separate himself from the observed. It's the same thing. Like, so, when you look at something, if you have a certain amount of awareness to see it, that's as much as you'll see of it. Like, if you look at a book and you have a golf ball size understanding of the book or of consciousness, you'll have a golf ball size.
I don't think like that.
Well, I think there's only one in this room right now, which is why when you're in a room with a bunch of fucking retards, and I mean by that is like assholes or losers, that you feel like that a little bit. Because the guy on the across the street there, like when he's ill, we're all ill. Like if you look at if you take an electron microscope and you go atomic, subatomic, nuclear, and subnuclear, at a certain level, here's the best way I can explain it. If you have a prism and you shine a light through it, there's a rainbow that you see. The rainbow's always there. It's just the prism allows you to see it. So if you have that goodness within you and you're around certain people and they bring it out, it was always there, just now you can see it, 26. God damn. When I was 26, man, I would fuck anything that was not going to go there. But yeah, it was a fun time, dude.
I haven't gotten to live any life.
I've had the stamina. Yes, you have.
Yes, you have.
Do you walk 3 miles every day in the morning to find dirty water to drink?
I wouldn't drink dirty water.
What if that's all you had? In Uganda, you're going to come up with a revolutionary netting device in the middle of the fucking woods?
Thank the Lord I'm not in Uganda, starving and dying of thirst.
That stuff that cleans the water. Black.
Black mica.
Mica. Yeah.
Do you know what
That
cats
stuff
and
will
dogs have in common?
revolutionize,
Are you serious?
water. Look it up on YouTube.
You can buy a thing
Black
at the
mica.
Walmart.
Guys,
That'll
if I just
filter
put a little
out
divider up
3,000.
here, this whole area is not bad. Next time you come over, it'll be, you won't even recognize it.
Sorry.
No, it's not.
You have a wonderful day, Aaron.
You too.
Thank you very much.
Call you guys no matter what. If you ever need anything or you have a question or whatever.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Probably. The cat's out.
Where's the cat?
The cat's hiding in there.
In the bathroom?
In the closet.
Oh, you're fine there.
But don't forget this beer here.
Want me to shut this?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great. You're fine, I said. You're fine. Smoke.
Here.
Jesus Christ. Every time I try that thing,
That's a new one.
it's beyond, not even that thing, but just in general, it's almost like when I just smoke it once in a while, I feel relaxed. And then through that thing, it's like, I don't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling.
Right there.
Oh, no, sir.
Hold on a second here.